wearing ladies' underwear.
Are you?
Surely, everything good deserves a part 2 at least. So tell me, is there anything better than sitting on the couch or in the movie theater seat and watching the sequel to that movie you loved? Shrek 5. Because I'm definitely going to enjoy watching the 5th film of the world's funniest ogre in animation. Seriously, I'd watch all the Shrek movies in sequence without any problem. After the release and the absurd success of the movie Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, the eyes of DreamWorks opened a bit, and Disney's biggest competitor decided it was time for a 5th film in the saga of Fiona's husband.
Right.
That was definitely something no one expected, especially after the last film in the franchise was released almost 15 years ago. Who knows, maybe we'll even see larger versions of Shrek and Fiona's children. This is definitely a movie I'm eager to watch, and according to a leak from an employee who accidentally posted on their social media, the movie will be released in 2025. Now, it's just a matter of waiting. Check out 12 more movies that no one expected and are going to be released. Beetlejuice 2. Beetlejuice 2 is definitely a sequel that fans of both Wednesday and Stranger Things will really enjoy. That's because the protagonists of the movie are none other than Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder, who are the leading roles in both series. Focused on the macabre ghost named Beetlejuice who has fun at the expense of the misery and suffering of other ghosts and living people, the movie is a blend of comedy and horror in the style of Tim Burton, who was also Jenna's director in Wednesday. I was really excited to see this movie, especially after seeing that the trailer has over 16 million views. And if you think the Shrek movie took a long time after 15 years of waiting, it's because maybe you don't know that this sequel is happening 35 years after the first movie of the darkest and most iconic ghosts in history. The release date is very close, September 2024. Take my word for it, Beetlejuice is not for amateurs.
The juice is loose.
Sonic 3. The third Sonic movie is that movie that those who stayed in the cinema and saw the post-credit scene of the second movie were really hoping for. But after a while, all fans thought it was just another one of those sequels that would never materialize. Especially after Jim Carrey said he wasn't interested in being part of a sequel and actually said he was retiring as an actor in 2022. However, somehow he was convinced to return to the project. And not only that, superstar Keanu Reeves was confirmed as the voice actor of Shadow, who will be the villain and Sonic's rival in this unexpected sequel. Close to Christmas, in December 2024, we'll have the chance to see how Robotnik survived and how Shadow and Sonic will face off. I really want to see both of these things. Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool is that hero who's not much of a hero, and moreover, doesn't have movies aimed at a child audience. But still, his first 2 movies were absolute box office successes. So, when a third movie of the craziest anti-hero in the comic book world was announced, there wasn't much surprise. But when Wolverine was announced as the second protagonist, then you can be sure the internet went crazy. Especially because Hugh Jackman, the actor of the mutant with adamantium claws, had announced in 2020 that he wouldn't be playing the X-Men role anymore. This makes me wonder, what convinced him? Was it the same thing that convinced Jim Carrey? Honestly, it doesn't matter, and in July 2024, I'll be at the theaters watching this hilarious movie. And if you're a fan of movies and enjoy animations just like we do, comment below, #cinema, to prove you're also a part of this team. Despicable Me 4. Now, let's talk about a real villain, ex-villain. Gru is definitely the character everyone loves, especially after 3 amazing movies featuring him and his family, and after 2 Minion movies where he appears, being the protagonist in the second one. That's why no one expected that a 4th film of the former supervillain would be released so quickly. But thankfully, that's exactly what's going to happen. And the best part? A mini red-haired Gru will be in the movie, which is exactly what all the fans of the franchise wanted the most. Not to mention Poppy, the new character who is a fan of Gru and also wants to become a supervillain in the future. This movie promises to be amazing, and I won't miss it for anything.
ILLUMINATION!
You must be wondering, how is FNAF 2 a movie that no one expected? But that's the plain truth, because even the first movie based on the globally successful game was a big surprise as it was announced in 2015 and was ready almost 10 years later. During this period, the movie changed directors twice, changed production companies twice, and release date 3 times. So, no one really believed it would happen until rumors suddenly emerged that it was finally being filmed, all completely in secret. And to everyone's surprise, the actor who played William Afton ended up revealing in an online interview that there wouldn't actually be one movie, but rather a trilogy. So this was definitely one of the biggest movie surprises in recent times. SpongeBob 4. Speaking of movies no one expected, surely everyone was caught off guard by the news that Netflix will release a partnership with Nickelodeon, the fourth SpongeBob movie. Officially called Saving Bikini Bottom, Sandy Cheeks, the movie tells the story of how SpongeBob and his friend Sandy will need to rescue the underwater city from a greedy corporation. But for that, they'll have to go to Sandy's beloved Texas. What no one expected is that SpongeBob wouldn't be the protagonist in a SpongeBob movie. I like Sandy, but I'm not sure if I would watch a movie of hers if SpongeBob SquarePants didn't participate. Anyway, still in 2024, Netflix claims that the movie will be available for everyone to watch. I'll be crossing my fingers until then. Venom 3. It really seems that villain movies have been on the rise in Hollywood for quite some time. After the first two movies released in 2018 and 2021, Venom, who is one of Spider-Man's greatest enemies, will be getting his third movie. And it seems that this time, there are strong chances of having the web-slinger appear and take center stage. But the question is, which one will appear? Truly, after the movie Spider-Man No Way Home, when the three Peter Parkers got together, it became really difficult to say for sure which one will represent the protector of Manhattan in this movie. I would honestly think it would be great if it were the Amazing Spider-Man, since he only has 2 movies while the others have 3 or more, just to balance things out a bit. But from the final scene of Venom 2, it really seems that it will be our Spider-Man who is a part of the Avengers, which is also great. In October 2024, we'll get this doubt straightened out and find out all about this movie. But what definitely leaves no doubt is that you should subscribe to our channel right now if you're not already subscribed. That way, you'll stay updated on all the news in the world of movies and animations with us. Avatar 3. I love watching movies, but I always wonder, why do some sequels take so long to be released? Certainly, Avatar is a franchise that did that and left many fans waiting for 13 long years. But all of this was part of a plan by director James Cameron. The guy filmed scenes during the first movie in 2009 that would only be used in movies 3 and 4. The goal was exactly to anticipate the aging of the actors. But as for the aging of the fans, he couldn't care less. At least the third movie will take much less time and will be released in 2025, so I won't need grandchildren to watch this sequel. The Amazing World of Gumball, the movie. Now, let's talk about a movie that nobody, I repeat nobody, had hopes that it would happen. Even though it's not a sequel, The Amazing World of Gumball movie certainly deserves a mention. As recently, we investigated and found out that it's already scheduled to be released very soon. After announcing the movie, then canceling it, and now working on its release again, we can say that Cartoon Network is plotting to surprise everyone who enjoys the series with a surprise movie. But those who follow the channel won't be surprised. After all, we already know that this will happen, long before they announced it. Touché, Cartoon Network. The Loud House and the Casa Grande movies. Still in the line of movies that definitely surprised everyone, we have to mention the 2 spin-off movies from the Loud House series, of which I'm a huge fan. First, Netflix released in 2021 an original movie telling the origin of the Loud family and their ancestors, which I thought was really cool. We even found out that Lincoln was identical to his ancestor who was the leader of the family. And now, in 2024, the streaming platform released a Casa Grande movie telling the story of a family trip by Ronnie Ann to Mexico and how she accidentally unleashes a demi-goddess and needs to solve the problem with her family. I definitely love being surprised by these 2 movies. Nimona. Following the same logic, but a little different, we have a movie that was supposed to be released by Disney, but the company ended up discarding it. So, Netflix, always them, ended up picking up the idea and created one of their good animated movies, Nimona. And the movie was a success on the platform, showing that Disney doesn't always make the right decisions, right? Certainly nobody expected this. But without a doubt, the most important thing is that I watched or will watch each of these movies and sequels. And you? We're looking forward to the next movies that will come. Meanwhile, we've selected these 2 incredible videos that are popping up for you to continue here with us, having fun and enjoying. Just pick one and click. Thanks, and see you in the next video.